As I always like to start it off, to God be the glory. The opportunity we have every day to play a game we love, to coach a game we love. Just so thankful that he gives us this opportunity. And last night, as I text a few people after the game, everybody's congratulating us. Man, this is a win for the University of South Florida. This is a win for Tampa Bay, our community, for our athletic department. That's such a great athletic department, and to be able to do that on national TV and give our university that type of exposure means the world to us. So, go Bulls.
All right, we'll open up for questions.
Coach, I'm sure you usually have a whatever hour rule to celebrate a victory. Does that hold true for this one, or does it go next?
Oh, for sure. It was flushed about 33 minutes ago. Normally you give them about 24 hours, but 24 hours would have been way too late, and we got a good Wichita State team coming in here on Sunday. So we had to let them enjoy it last night, a little bit this morning, because they were going to go to class, which all of them were at study hall on time. They were at the appointments they had on time, and that's a big part of being a consistent team is, being able to handle success. And so let them, they're going to get pats on the back, but I told them, hey, we got to flush it around noon so we can get prepared for this game on Sunday to keep building towards what our ultimate goal is.
Coach, a couple questions.
Yes.
You just got into what I wanted to ask you. How important is it to win Sunday and not let this one go down?
Well, it's important to win Sunday because it's the next game. It's like just like we weren't going to make the Memphis game bigger than it was, we're not going to make the game Sunday bigger than it needs to be. It's still about growth. It's still about getting better. I think about it a good bit, and we talk about it amongst our staff. We don't want to peak, super early. We don't. And more importantly, we don't want to be a hot team. We want to be a consistent team. The hot teams, they get beat down the stretch. We want to be consistent, and that's in our habits. What we do on the court. It's like just like it was important for them to be at, whether it was class this morning at 9 o'clock, whether it was study hall, I think at 10. She babies them a little bit and gives them 10 o'clock. But Jess and Joel and our academic research, they do a great job with our guys. But that's a big part of being a winning basketball program is winning in every area. So Sunday's important because it's the next opportunity for us to grow.
Coach, double-digit wins. You were down double digits both games.
Yeah.
When did you feel it was coming back last night?
Honestly, I say this humbly, I never felt out of it. We started out the game well, but as a team that's gifted, I think in the area of scoring the ball, sometimes you get a little drunk off seeing that ball going in, and you start to take shots that aren't conducive to success or out of the offense. And so we start out, I think, 3 for 4, and then I think we go like 0 for our next 4 or 5. And they led to transition baskets, which Memphis is really good at converting transition baskets. And so we had to kind of get back. But by the time, against a team like that, you're down, I think it was 14, and now it's an uphill battle. But I remember it was a point under 4-minute media in the second half, in the first half. And I remember looking at Jaden Reed, of all people, and then Selton Miguel, and they just had this look on their face of, man, we're not worried, and honestly, that gave me comfort as a coach, because I wasn't worried either, but sometimes players, they feel like they need to get it back in one play, and as I say to them all the time, it's no 14-point shots, guys. It's got to be possession by possession, and the way we finished that half, Selton Miguel's poise, playing for the last shot of the half and making that big 3, I thought that gave us a lot of momentum going into the second half.
Talk about the confidence that's for the team, beating a team like Memphis, which is good, and then going into Wichita.
I say this humbly again because I think the job Coach Hardaway has done at Memphis, I don't think it's talked about enough. I think he's done a great job. But for us, it's not just about beating Memphis. It's about us. It was like we grew again last night. The resolve that they showed, the poise they showed down the stretch, it was huge. We could have been playing, guys. We could have been playing the University of Tampa, and if we'd have had that win like that, it was an opportunity for us to grow. So I'm not trying to downplay it or give you coach speak. You know, it's truly like it's who we want to become. So it's never about the other team. But at the end of the day, again, I say this humbly, guys, we're the University of South Florida, okay? Like, we're a good team too. We're a good program too. And one day somebody's gonna be, like if they beat us, that was a big win. So I say it that way simply because Memphis is another team. They're a team in our conference. They're a good team, a well-coached team. So it was a good win because of how we won the game, not because of who we beat.
Coach, how did you feel about your team's growth going into last night's game? After all, this group had only been together for, 13 games prior to last night?
Yeah, I felt really good because, again, think about this. The Rice game and the Memphis game were very similar. We were just down 12 at home to Rice, you know, and a lot of times you can be down at home and it's even more pressure than being on the road because you're in front of your home fans. You want to play well, right? But when it doesn't quite turn out that way, guys sometimes they put a little bit more pressure on themselves. On the road, you know, let's just call it what it was. Nobody expected us to win. As I was walking out to the court, I don't know who it was. I heard it. I didn't see who it was, but the guy goes, "We just need you to cover tonight." Right? Okay. That was just a little bit of extra chip I needed. I didn't need an extra chip, but it was good, you know. And I brought it up to the guys in one of the timeouts. I can't remember, you know, but it's like nobody expects you to come in here. So stay poised, stay focused, and we're going to chip away at this thing and get back in it and make it a ball game. And just so you know, like where it's uncomfortable, South Florida basketball is right at home where it's uncomfortable. We welcome that because we know it's growth in that opportunity.
You walk into the locker room right after the game announcing the big line, not the same old.
Say the same old South Florida, my brother.
That's been, tweeted, posted,
Yeah.
How important is that moving forward to have that be something that is?
No, it's super important. And as I've said before, I don't mean that as a knock to anybody who's been here before. What I mean by it is when I was on the road this summer, every coach, friends of mine, people that were in the league, "Oh man, how you like that weather? You know, those palm trees, that beach." It just it gave me a feeling of people just think they can walk in here and win easily. People think when we come into their building that it's an automatic win or that, we're not going to compete and fight. Say the same old South Florida, my brother. Like we gonna be about all the things that this community is about. We're gonna be about all those things that the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Bucks are about, and the Rays are about. All right, and that Jose Fernandez and this women's basketball team that they're about, right? Like we want to be in that conversation. It's been too long since we've been in that conversation, and I want to make sure that when Charlie Bradley and Radinko Dobris and Chucky Atkins and Dominique Jones, I go on and on, guys, when they walk around here, that they're proud that they wore that South Florida jersey and that we're in a great light. It means the world to me to make sure we do our job in that area.
Did you hear from colleagues, friends, etc., texting you, calling
Too many.
you?
I think I got back to my phone. I had like 263 text messages. I replied to them all by the time the plane took off, and then I woke up this morning and had another 78 or 79, and I was just glad I got to the 263 last night because, yeah, it's too much.
Hey, Coach, it's one thing to not be nervous. You have to chip away, but you had some other stuff you had to overcome. 28 more points in the paint.
Yeah.
17, nothing fast break. It was 15, 5-second chance. All those things flipped. What did you say at halftime other than
We just put no joke. No, it wasn't even a speech. We looked at, because the stat sheet a lot of times will tell the story. And in the first half, they had 15 second chance points. They had 14 points off our turnovers. We had eight turnovers in the first half. Well, in the second half, they had 5 second chance points, and they had 5 points off our turnovers. So when we take care of the ball, right, especially on the road, but when we take care of the ball and control the controllable, when the shot goes up, like I was upstairs getting a little sick to my stomach watching the offensive rebounds we gave up in the first half because the shot's going up, and instead of going to find someone to hit, we're doing this. No, guys, it's got to be discipline. It's got to be about, doing the tough thing. And so, so all it was that, but it was them. It wasn't coaching. It wasn't about me. Like these guys, they have a will, they have a resolve to them, and they have goals, that they want to reach. And they're become, as I said to them after the Rice game, I gave them a round of applause, and I said, you became a team tonight, because you don't really know how much you need each other until you go through games like that. But we don't get that win last night without going through that experience of the Rice game. So again, it's going back, and when we talk about going back to how important it is to win on Sunday, of course it's important because it's another step towards our goal, but we can't put the result over the process. We got to stay focused on getting better.
Coach, take us through the last inbounds play that goes to Pryor. Was that something you saw on film or whatever? Because he was the most shot person in the gym to be wide open like that.
Well, I think it's 70 to 67, I think, and we got it side out of bounds, and we run the play is called Purdue. I don't care if coaches find this. I got other stuff, but it's called Purdue. And guys, I ran that play in college. My mentor, Billy Kennedy, my college coach, Billy Kennedy, that was his play. And so when we ran it the first time, Chris curls off the baseline, gets a pull-up jump shot in the lane to cut it to 1. But if you go back and watch that play, Kasean does an unbelievable job. He recognizes that the whole game they were switching pin downs. So instead of trying to screen Chris's man, he screens his own man, right? And his man's fighting through it. I said, okay, I saw it. So when we got the opportunity again, I said, hey, this is what we're doing. But Kasean, this time, Chris, instead of you coming off, you're slipping out this way, Selton go over the top. They're going to go with Selton because he had been playing his butt off. And, man, I said, KP, when that happens, slip to the free throw line. And Brandon Stroud made the right read, great pass. And Kasean, I love it, he took a bounce and tried to go dunk it and got fouled. So it was just really the adjustments during the game. And that's a testament to my staff.
You mentioned Kasean just the past 2 games that he's had. What these past 2 games, but also talk about like this throughout the course.
Man, I'm proud of them all, but Kasean, to tell you, I coach him harder than anybody, simply because I know what he means to our team, but I know where he can go, right? And what he's, it's a scary word, potential, right? But he has so much untapped potential that not only if we can, get it out of him here, it's going to help our team, which it has, but he's going to change his life. He's going to change his family's life. And that's ultimately what it's about. It's not about me. It's about South Florida. And like, as I tell these guys all the time, like Charlie was on the trip with us. It's the coolest thing ever for him to share that experience with us. But they see the pride and passion and the love that Charlie Bradley has for USF. And I tell them all the time, like, one day you're going to want to have that same, passion, and you're going to want the kids that wore that jersey to play the right way. And so his growth over this year, I think, and he's been through a lot. You guys got to understand, started out at Boise State, and as a young freshman on a good team, didn't quite understand probably why he wasn't playing. One of the more talented guys on that team. Took a really unconventional route when he transferred. He didn't go sit out at another D1. He went to junior college to prove himself and have his options. And now he's here at South Florida, and as I've told him, man, I'm going to love you every day. I'm going to love you enough not to let you settle for mediocre. you know, and he's made the decision to want to be great, to want to be elite, and his play has really catapulted us. It's given us energy on both ends of the floor, and I'm just really proud of his growth as a man first. You know, this is a guy who's right there to be on the honor roll last semester academically, and I think he'll get it for sure this time.
Hey, usually in Tampa, when the Bucks are playing a playoff game, that's the only option. You're at the same time as
Yep.
them, but I think some people are going to be going to the England Center. What would you say if anybody's on the fence?
Well, look, guys, don't be on the fence, right? It's the beauty of technology, okay? It's the beauty of technology. Like, we got these things called smartphones, all right? And you can stream whatever you want to stream. So look, come to YC, okay? Come to Yingling on Sunday, all right? Enjoy the game. We got great Wi-Fi here, okay? Jump on it. Check the Bucks out, because I know I'm probably be turning around. And you guys got to understand, it's a big deal for me. I grew up a Falcons fan, okay? All right? But, man, I love Tony Dungy. I love Todd Bowles, right? I like Richard LeCount, who plays safety for the Bucks, was at Georgia when I was there. We were trying to get Richard to come play basketball, and Kurt Smart wasn't having it, right? But so I'm gonna probably turn around and ask somebody during the game, hey, what's the score? You know, whatever it may be. So you can support two teams, and you know we'll figure out a way at halftime to throw that game up on the jumbotron. You know, so you know let's take advantage of technology.
You just threw somebody under the bus.
Who?
Trying to get it on the jumbotron. The
Well-
NFL may commit to shut you down.
For streaming it on the jumbotron?
Hey, after Peacock the other night, no telling what the NFL.
Well, we can use Peacock. It's okay. It's all right. I wasn't saying we gotta illegally do it. Just saying get it up
find a
there.
way, right?
Just find a way to get it up there. You know, because when, again, like, I've used this word a lot since I've been here, but community. And that's what it's about, right? So you can support more than one. And again, 8 out of 9 coming off a big win on the road against a top 10 team. You know, these guys, they deserve a great crowd. They deserve great support. You know, if you don't even if you don't like the ugly bald head coach, right? Come support them, man. Come support them. They deserve it because they're up again. We got back here last night. We landed at about 1:30. We got back to the gym about 2 o'clock, and they were up at class at 8 o'clock this morning because they want to be great student athletes, not just athletes.
You at 2, the Bucks at 3, the Lightning at 7. Trifecta.
What a day.
That's a trifecta.
What a day. What a day, Leo. Golly. What a day for Tampa Bay. How about it?
You've mentioned the word goal a couple of times throughout this press conference, but throughout this season, what is the goal for USL?
Well, that goal is a different goal, right? Because, again, to stay focused on the process, not the result. Because if we stay focused on that process, so our goal every day, one, when we come in that gym, is to have an edge. Everyone dedicating great effort, okay? 2, we want to make sure that we're improving every day. Sometimes that's on the court, right, with execution. But like today, it'll be a big film day, watching ourselves where we can get better, preparing for Wichita State. And so it's still focusing on being the best versions of ourselves. And so we're not going to get, obviously, the long-term goal, guys, we want to be sitting right here, March, whatever it is, and in the South region, whatever seed they want to give us, the South Florida Bulls are back in the tournament for the first time since whenever it was. That's the goal. That's the long-term goal. And then it's to win games in that tournament. But to get there, we've got to be exactly where our feet are. We got to be focused on right now. We got to be focused on today, not getting too far ahead. Because as I said to the guys last night, put your headphones on. Don't let them knock you off your pivot, because people, those pats on the back, hey, good job, great win, those things that make you comfortable real quick. We got more work to do. We have bigger goals than just that, so we got to stay focused.
Selton, what really did start the comeback? Because when you weren't just losing by 20, they were getting whatever they wanted at the glass, and it changed so quick.
Like I said yesterday in the media, after we was down 20, when we went halftime, we had a speech with coach, and he really like motivated us to come back because we thought we was down 30, but we was only down 15. So like, it was a fast game. They did their run in the first half, but when we came back, we came with chip on our shoulders and just executed the game plan.
The one thing we're seeing about this team is when somebody's got the hot hand, the other four guys are very willing to get him the rock. Are you seeing that too?
No, for sure. We definitely a selfish team. Whoever got the hot hand in any given night, we able to give him the ball and play off him.
So you were here last year, obviously. This year, only a couple of you returned. Can you talk about, the coach spoke a lot about the growth of the team. Can you talk about how each of you have meshed together to this point in the season?
No, for sure. When we first got here in the summer, it was a group of guys, individuals that didn't know each other. But coach keep preaching edge every day. It's just a thing that we do that we got to come together if we want to win. So we had to like really understand that if we play unselfish and really want to win, we got to come together. So every day, every single day, we're trying to like do things not just on the court but off the court, so we can become the team we can become.
As one of the returning players, what were some of the things that you did to make the newcomers feel comfortable, feel a part of things here at USA?
Definitely embrace them. Definitely just work with them each day, every day, trying to get to know them off the court. Trying to go on. Just trying to do things like little things that other people don't do. So take those guys as our brothers. Like you can learn so much every single day. So trying to learn them, they trying to learn with me, and just every single day is just a gift to be with those guys in the locker room.
What's it mean to you to have the accomplishment that you guys had last night, to be down and to come back to what you guys did? What's that mean to you?
Man, it means a lot, man. It means a lot. I mean, nobody expected us to win for sure. When we got there, everybody was just talking. Not be able to win is Memphis, but like I say, we went there with chip on our shoulders, even though he was down 15 at the half. Just like I said, coach came, gave us a motivation speech, and then everything turned around.
Was there ever any doubt in your mind that whether you guys could come back from a deficit like that?
Nah, for sure not. Because we was down like that the Rice game, so like it was just like that game. So like I said, after coach gave us this speech, everything changed.
I actually just looked up the stats to see where you rank in the country in three-point percentage. 47.5. It's fifth in the country. When did you? I mean, I'm sure you worked a lot on the three-point game. How did that change so drastically?
Man.
Not that you couldn't shoot before, but it's incredible.
Yeah, just stay in the gym, man. After the season last year, here in the spring, seeing everybody leaving, I was just here by myself, just putting the work in. Throughout the summer, putting the work in, and then when the staff came, they saw I can really shoot, and then just like keep preaching, like stay in the gym, keep putting the work in, anything can happen. So that's why I be believing on my work, and then trust God with my work.
And part of that, did you feel like you had to prove anything to the new staff, to Amir, or did you just put your head down and work like you said?
Nah, I ain't had to prove. I think they already knew a little bit, and then just gotta keep working every day, and then they saw the work I put in, so they just believe in me, just like I believe in them.
Let me ask about, putting that win, as great as it was, behind you. You guys kind of realize that you can't just show up on Sunday and assume it's going to continue.
No, for sure. We definitely got to respect every game. Every game is different. From the number one team in the conference to the last team in the conference, we got to respect them and then just come prepared to like anything can happen.
Anything else for Selton?
A lot of the damage that you've done this year has been off the bench. Just how much of a personal responsibility do you have when you get into the game to like kind of set that tone for everybody who's the first one off?
Definitely. Coming off the bench is definitely a big responsibility. Being for Coach Amir, definitely. When I come in, it's really to like not to change the game, but like just to like give the game another perspective, and just come and be ready to play and play for each other. Because like we got a lot of scorers on the team. Anybody can have a hot hand each and every night. So like we just gotta play off that person.
Do you think it gives you like a different perspective, like you mentioned, kind of like being able to like see what has happened for maybe the first few minutes of the game, and then when you're able to come in, you're kind of able to adjust to that?
No, for sure. Definitely. The first 4 minutes of the game, definitely, because I mostly come in 14, 15 minutes to the game, first half, and then I can see where we're struggling, we got to get better, and then when I come in, I'm just trying to do my best to, like, adjust in those areas.
Great win, but still unfinished business, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Like, this is the beginning now. We just started something that we got to keep going.
I gotta ask you, you look like the most surprised guy in the gym on that last play when you caught the ball and there's an open path to the basket. Take us through what you were thinking.
Yeah, so, Coach drew up the play, as he talked about earlier, and, the Memphis was really on the three-pointers on Youngblood, Chris, and Selton. Obviously, they didn't want them to get any shots up at the end of the game. They had been making tough shots, so, Coach drew it up for me, get to the middle of the floor, hopefully both will go with Selton and mess up somehow, and I turned and looked. I couldn't believe I was wide open, and, obviously I made a quick decision and got fouled, so.
And I gotta ask you, we didn't see a whole lot of it on camera, but it looked like there were some crazy folks under that basket when you were trying to shoot free throws.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Memphis, we actually got lucky, I guess, due to the storm and the weather, whatever. There weren't as many fans as there usually is for them on a home game. But yeah, at that point, I'm not even thinking about fans. I'm blacking out. It's just me and the rim. Just like I'm here every day at the gym by myself shooting free throws. So felt the same way. Just stuck to what I do, my work, my rhythm, and obviously made one and got us a win. So.
If you don't want to give away secret, you don't have to, but during those 8 to 10 to 12 seconds when you're holding the ball at the free throw line, what are you thinking about? Obviously, it's a routine.
That's a good question, man. I'm just breathing. I'm just basking, right? I'm just chilling in the light, I'm just getting my breaths, getting my rhythm down, and shoot when I'm ready. My dad always taught me, you shoot when you're ready. Nobody forces you, to rush you or whatever. So whenever you're comfortable, you take a shot. So I just get up there, get a rhythm, get a good line of sight for the rim on the trajectory basically of how I'm about to shoot, and obviously been shooting a pretty good percentage doing that.
Well, when you're getting all those free throws, it means you're earning fouls, obviously. What got into you at halftime or rise? Because you won at their 7-footer last night, you weren't great.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, we were really gauging and seeing how the game goes, and then having that break at halftime really, it helps. We're able to make adjustments. I felt like Memphis came out a little bit lazy, maybe a little cocky, like we had already won. And I felt that. And, they were lazy on some things, and we took advantage of it. We played harder. We wanted to win. They hadn't been humbled in a while, being on a 10-game streak, so they probably felt like, man, it's just another game in the AAC, So we took advantage of their carelessness coming out and lackadaisicalness, and we just played harder than them.
Okay, so what's the experience at USF been like for you so far? Obviously, a lot of guys coming together who had not played, only a couple returning players.
Yeah.
Speak to how everything has been for you to this point.
Man, everything's been incredible. Coach Amir allows me to be who I am on and off the court. The freedom that he's given me has allowed me to grow and become, who I always thought I was or who I could be. As Coach said earlier at Boise State, I felt like I was one of the most talented guys on that team. I just didn't really have the opportunity to play or show it. So I took a gamble on myself going JUCO, and I believed in myself and my work and my game, and I knew how good I was, and I needed to show everybody that. So having Coach Amir, giving me that freedom has been awesome. It's allowed me to grow, as I've said, and just coming here and being with a bunch of new people, new guys, it's nothing new. It's just like a business. Basketball's a business. This isn't the first time I've been with a new team full of new guys. So it's just all about meshing together. Being brothers at the end of the day off the court, so that it's translatable when we get back on the court. It's like that same, continuity, same connection we have where we're just out there and we're flowing. So everybody's been good. It's been a great overall transition for me coming here, and I'm excited I'm still here. Making it work.
Why did you choose USF, and was it an easy decision?
It would, originally it was like, probably the, easiest decision. Right away I was like, man, they had everything I wanted, especially with Coach Amir. I had built a relationship with him early through the years. He was recruiting me to Kennesaw. And, I was a highly touted recruit at the time. I didn't really think, Kennesaw was probably going to be the level for me to go perform, even though I love what Coach Amir was talking about. And he said, even if I didn't come to Kennesaw State, I just want to be able to help you as a basketball player, as a man, just off the love. He had a connection of, being friends with my dad through the business and stuff. So, it all led to me just getting here and,
I did have, a lot of scholarship offers coming out of JUCO, especially as my season ended and guys were starting to commit and leave. I had a lot of Power 5 schools on me and, like top of the line, but it was all about the connection and relationship I had with Coach Amir, and, he's allowed me to have that freedom, so that's all I could ask for.
Are you starting to get a sense that people are getting excited about the team, not just fellow students, maybe the community, and also maybe you're starting to pick up some fans, you see that stick out in the crowd?
Yeah, nah, man, it's been great. Having the fans is part of the game, and then when we're winning, I'm glad we can reward them as they're going to reward us, coming to cheer us on, hopefully this Sunday. And, as they continue to do and grow more and more, as they're believing in us more. And, I think it's just part of the game, man. We're happy that we're winning and we can, put on for them in South Florida right now.